Hi ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. You got Mr. G here. How you doing today? I hope you're good and safe. Been a hot day outside today here. Been all about 80 degrees. Today we're going to talk about restaurants. I know everybody's got their opinions, and I'm quite sure a lot of you have seen what's going on out here, and it's not good with the restaurants. A lot of these restaurants now, I don't know if it's greed or what's going on. I do think a lot of it is greed to some degree. I've been in business and I kind of know how business works. A lot of these restaurants now, you know, they're serving bad food, and if you are dumb enough to accept it and pay for it, well, then they got over on you, and that's the way they're looking at it. You know, a lot of these restaurants, you know, they need good cooks. I don't understand, you know, some of these restaurants, you know, they've been in business for 50 years, 60 years, 70 years, and all through the years they held real high standards, you know, serving their customers well prepared quality food. And I've seen quite a few of them here in the last few years. They're just serving you whatever's there. Whatever they think they can get away with, that's what they're serving you. And charging you more money today than they've ever charged. You know, to go out and eat for two people, you know, about the minimum you're going to find is about $35 and up. Me and my wife, we eat out quite often, and we go to a lot of restaurants, and we've been doing that all of our lives. So we pretty much know good restaurants from bad restaurants and whatever, you know. Just like the Chinese restaurants, it's real hard to find a dine-inside Chinese restaurant nowadays. They've all went to carry-outs, and they don't even plan on opening up the dine-in area. And, you know, you wonder, why is that? Well, money. They're probably making just as much or more on carry-out orders than to have the headaches of dine-in people. And I can kind of understand that to some degree, but you know, the old school days, you know, businesses of any kind, they always thrived on success by quality of their product. They served outstanding high quality products, and they cared to make it that way. Today that is all gone. I don't really see any of that anymore. You know, like, you know, when you used to take your car in to get it repaired, you know, back in the day, you know, repair shops, they would wash and clean up your car for free. It was just a good business standard, and they built their businesses on word of mouth, and it worked. Today, word of mouth, they don't have a word of mouth nowadays. It's all bad, especially in these restaurants. You know, they hide the burnt food and stuff like that. They hide it on the bottom, thinking the customer's not going to see it. You know, they try to pass that off on you. And if they get away with it, that's the way they look at it. They got away with it. Instead of throwing it in the garbage where it should be, you ate it, you paid for it. And to me, that's ridiculous. That's no way to run a business. I don't care what kind of business it is. That's ridiculous. And then, you know, the waitresses that work there, you know, they're just an employee. You know, they pretty much got to do what they're told. But, you know, a lot of these waitresses, you know, they don't care either. And they won't say anything. They'll just bring out the bad food and serve it to you when they know what's going on. But, you know, they have a job to do to some degree, but then they expect big tips. Well, why would you want to, you know, leave big tips for bad service? It just don't make any sense. You know, all they want is your money anymore. You know, what about the quality? Like I'm saying, where'd the quality go in this country? You know, whether it be in the car repair business, the restaurant business, or, you know, even the hospitals and that, you know, everything is like fell down in this country, you know, and it bothers me in a lot of ways because this is America. This is not some, you know, third world country. This is America. Come on, America's number one. And I think it's time for everyone to start picking up their feet. And, you know, let's make things back to the way they used to be, or even better. You know, these restaurants, you know, the quality of the food's gone, but they charge in big prices. Like I said, more so than ever. And, you know, like me and my wife, we were in a restaurant yesterday, and we'd been going to this restaurant for over 50 years. And yeah, they tore it down 30 years ago and rebuilt it, you know, made a whole new building, restaurant, you know, but all the people were the same up until a few years ago. You know, the waitresses and everybody that we knew, you know, they got old like we did and they retired and went on. But nevertheless, this restaurant, we've been going there for over 50 years, like I said, and the food was always outstanding. Yeah, the price was there a little bit, but it was worth it because the food was high quality. It was prepared very well. Well, me and the wife went there yesterday, and all we had to do was complain about it. And the manager came over, and I told her, I said, you need a new cook. The preparing of the food, it's horrible, you know. My breakfast, the eggs were burnt, and the sausage was burnt, and the burnt part hid underneath the you know, the other parts of the food. I mean, this is ridiculous. That's like some kind of a little game, you know. But yet they want to charge you big money. And I wanted to make this video to let everyone know. If you don't know, you watch this video and you can see what I'm talking about here, you know. Now, not all restaurants are bad, no. Me and the wife, we found that the Cracker Barrels are still high quality, and the foods are still prepared pretty good. And there's a few out there. I can't name them all. I don't think there's a need to anyways, but I think that people, when you go into a restaurant and you order your food and it's brought out, if it's not of your satisfaction, refuse it. Don't pay for bad prepared foods or bad quality foods or even a bad waitress. Don't pay for that kind of stuff. You know, you go in, you expect, you know, to have a good time and a good atmosphere and good food, because that's what you're paying for. Well, get what you're paying for. Don't refuse this off-the-wall stuff that should be thrown in the garbage. Refuse it. Don't pay for it. And I think if everyone starts standing up, you know, some changes are going to have to be made. You know, if these businesses, if they can't stand up to the good standards of life, let's say, then they need to just get out of business. I mean, why are you in here? You know, like I said, I've been in business, and I always served out a high quality, over-satisfied customers, every one of them. I went out of my way. Well, back in the day, that's what businesses did, because they wanted you to come back. These restaurants nowadays, they don't care if you come back or not. You know, a lot of these restaurants, I look at their drive-through lines, and their drive-through lines, you know, used to be packed, you know, just here a few years ago. Now you look at their drive-through lines, there'll be one car in it or none. No cars, no customers. I mean, what are they going to do about that? They just going to sit there? The only way you can build a good business to begin with is with a good quality product. That's what starts it. And all these businesses know that. And that's what they should do, is bring back the quality for the money. Now, I'm not talking about, you know, one person goes in to eat at a restaurant and he has a breakfast and it's going to cost him $100. No, that's ridiculous. You know, you got to manage your restaurant, manage your business, and manage your money. And you know, overcharging is what I'm talking about there. That's ridiculous. But I really haven't actually found that too much around here. Some restaurants are more pricey than other ones, as anywhere you go. That's normal. Some restaurants do serve higher quality foods than others. It's always been that way. And that's what you pay for. Well, when you pay for a high quality food, that's what you expect. Don't accept bad food. Refuse it on the spot. And if they don't want to do anything about it, get up and walk out. And I feel that, and I think a lot of people feel this way. I've noticed too, in the last few years, a lot of people, you know, there used to be big crowds of people going out to eat, you know, at a lot of your famous restaurants. And, you know, you'd have to wait an hour, you know, to get in to get a seat. You know, I don't see that anymore. You know, people going out to eat nowadays, it's cut way down, way down. And, you know, I would think that, you know, these restaurants, you know, they would serve out higher quality foods, you know, in order to gain your business as a customer. And that just makes good business sense. I mean, I don't understand to some degree where their business management ideas are coming from, you know. It doesn't make good sense. Good business is good products, you know, good food, good prices, good atmosphere, you know. A lot of these restaurants too, I've noticed, you know, they turn the air conditioning down so low, you know, especially older people like myself, you know, you're sitting there freezing. I mean, you know, what's the purpose of that? Well, I understand. There's a few different reasons why they do that. A lot of times these restaurants, you know, they're not set up correctly. And, you know, the cities are letting them get away with this stuff. You know, you got the cooks in the back and you got the customers out front. And air conditioning is for the whole restaurant. Well, they need to set it up to where the cooks have their air conditioning and the customers have theirs. You know, if you're back there cooking and you're sweating, you want the air conditioner down lower. Everyone can understand that. I used to work, I know. So they should set it up that way to where everyone can be comfortable. Not the customers freezing to death, even the young people. It's not good business. And another thing I've noticed too nowadays is everybody wants a turnkey operation. Nobody wants to do anything. But yet you got millions of dollars invested into your business. And you're letting other people run your business for you. Well, that's well and fine, but the problem I see there is they're hiring cheaper help in managements and that. And these management people that are cheaper, they're not skilled enough, you know, to run the business to where it's going to be profitable in every way. And I see that in a lot of ways here. I've even had a few people even tell me that. And, you know, the gas stations too. You know, the gas stations, you'll see one gas station on one corner. You know, he'll be 50 cents higher than the gas station that's just a mile down the street. Well, that's their franchisor. These gas stations are controlled by their franchisor. They have to do what, let's say, their bosses say. In order the charges of per gallon to be open, say 24 hours a day, things of that nature. You know, they have to follow, you know, the protocol of what's put up on them as demands from their franchisor. Well, that's well and fine, but some things, you know, it just doesn't make any sense to the public out here. And this has a lot to do with what's going on. The public ain't buying this stuff, and I think people they need to start watching what they're paying for. Watch what you're paying for. If you know, like some of these waitresses and stuff like that, you know, they'll hand you a bill to pay, and it'll just have one price on it. It won't be itemized out for each item that you bought and then totaled up. And rightfully, it should be an itemized bill. It should be on there of what you ordered, and each item the price of it, and then your total and your sales tax on it. That's the way it should be done. Why not? Well, I think some of it's due to laziness. They just don't want to write it out, and they guess at some of the prices, and they just make up a price for you to pay. Usually, you know, I've seen where they sneak in a few dollars there, here and there, and you know, that's wrong. And if you don't mention it, if you don't know it, and you don't mention it, well, then you're paying it. Well, a lot of people say, you know, that's your business. Well, actually, it is, but it goes back to the public. You know, what about the public, the people, all the people that buy these services and that, you know? If I buy a house, I want to know what I'm buying. If I buy a car, I want to know what I'm buying. I want to know what kind of car it is. I want to know the mileage on it. You know, I want to know the history on that car or that house or my meal that I ate in a restaurant. I want to know. And some of it I can understand. You know, some people, you know, they're not educated enough, you know, to write things out or even add them together or whatever. Well, then I don't know what to tell you there, but you should get help or something to where you can do your job correctly. You know, sometimes people, you know, they learn themselves in a career. A lot of my career I learned myself, and I picked up on a few steps along the way, but 90% I learned myself, and that's a rough way to go. It can be done. I did it, but and it takes years. Instead of something taking, say, 5 years to learn, it's going to take you 10 or 15. It's a slower process, naturally. To learn by sight is a big deal, and a lot of people learn that way. They learn by sight, what they see, and then they try to duplicate what they see. Nothing wrong with that. My old high school teacher told me one time that that's one of the best ways that people learn is by sight, what they see, and makes all the sense in the world. But this video here, I made this video because these restaurants out here, watch what you're paying for. If it's unacceptable, don't eat it. Don't put up with that. Call over their manager or somebody, and if you can't straighten it out, then get up and leave, like I said. Because there's no sense in paying for something that you don't want to pay for. Don't pay for it. It's that simple. And that's just the way that it is. I hope that a lot of people see this video, and I hope they use my advice, and maybe slowly things can be corrected. I'm going to say bye now to all you members and friends, family. Thanks for watching my video. Have a good day. Mr. G out here. Thank you.